So a couple of items have came today from AliExpress. These are replacement, not really replacement, they're like over grips to go over these basically. I've noticed these are pretty smooth. The bike has covered over 11,000 miles now, and I noticed after riding a new model that these seemed a bit smoother when I came back. So I thought I'll try these and see if these are a bit grippier, but they're a little too long, so I'm going to have to trim them to size. It's just like a rubber, and it's far too big to go over the tube, so it will go over obviously. Then it's like a heat shrink sort of application, where hopefully a hairdryer will shrink it enough or heat it up enough to shrink. It's quite hard to pick up the text on them. So I shall crack on and try these first. Okay, then I'll show you this as well. I also bought this, which is a cat delete pipe, cat bypass, catalytic converter, doer away with her, which is stainless steel, but it's like mega light. Well, mega light compared to the monstrosity of a thing it shall be replacing, which is this big box thing here. So I shall do that as well. Maybe not on both today, but we'll see how I got on. So I'm quite blown away. Okay, I didn't use a hairdryer. Used a little blowtorch carefully. And basically just give it a bit of that. And it's shrunk down. Thank goodness. And it's now a tight fit over the grip. So now just the throttle one to do. I wasn't sure whether to use an adhesive or something as well, but rubber on rubber is pretty solid, you know. So very impressed with those. So there we go, you just unscrew the bolt on the end of the handguards. I've trimmed, I think, 15mm off of these, and as you can see, it's like way too big, so it slides on easily. So I'm definitely going to film this bit. I was quite blown away. here we have it. Oh, they feel amazing. I know it won't matter once you've got gloves on, but you know what I mean. No, they were well worth it. They were like under £4 on AliExpress. Complete, utter bargain. And just thought I'd do a little sound clip here with the catalyst on and the Akrapovic slip-on. So here we go, one day on. I've loosened off this clamp, and there's another one under here-ish that joins onto this front pipe here. So I've actually loosened off this as well. I'm just going to take the slip-on off and move it out the road to enable me to slide this catalytic converter backwards and out of here. So I shall crack on. So that was fairly straightforward. I've got this Akrapovic slip-on off. That's the cat delete pipe. That's the lower clamp for the exhaust. I've got that soaking in some WD-40. That was a tight bugger to get off. And that's the one that just sits directly behind here, but accessible from underneath. So here I've got the cat. That's easily about 6 kilos. You've got these two rubber inserts that go through the top of the cat, and they slide onto these pins here, which are just like guides, and they hang on that. So I'm led to believe that I need to take one of these rubber inserts off and get it onto this in order to get that to line up with that. Or just something along those lines. So I'll get back on it. And there we have it. That's all put back together. That's a pretty well made piece of pipe. The welds are quite impressive, very tidy. So if you can see at the centre of the screen at the back there, that's the peg, the hanging peg for the original cat. The one to the right is the only one that gets used. The rubber mount didn't fit, so I had to make one up myself, just to stop the metal on metal basically. There's no risk of it melting from the heat of the exhaust where it's situated. So that was quite easy. So the clamp had seized solid, just down to all the road dirt, I guess, over the last 11,000 miles. So I had to get a new clamp for that. Thankfully my local garage had one. Thanks B&B Autos, and gave me it for free. Cheers, Brian. So I've still got the little heat shield from the original to go back on here. I painted it black actually. It was like this sort of colour. The bike's a bit grubby, but the exhaust is looking nice and shiny. I gave the back box slip-on part a little wipe over there, as it was a bit grubby as well. So here we go. Here's the moment of truth. It may look okay, but how does it sound? Yeah, definitely a bit noisier, which is what I was going for. Hearing a few pops and bangs there is what I was going for. Now, I've always felt this Akrapovic was a bit mute, if I'm honest. I expected there to be a baffle in it to take out, but turns out there's not. So now I'll be happy, I think, for another little while. But no, that was another bargain purchase from AliExpress. I think it was around £30 delivered. It was like 25 plus the tax or whatever. So about £30 delivered. That came, the grips came, and a pair of sunglasses ordered. All came within 10 days of ordering them. They're far quicker these days with a lot of items than they used to be. I've actually been a member, or I've had an account with them for 7 years now. And the amount of bargain stuff I've bought for bikes and cars and home and garden even in the past is unbelievable. So I'd always highly recommend AliExpress. Pretty much the pictures is what you get when it comes through your door, is exactly you see in the pictures. So peace out, take it easy. Cheers for watching. Adios.